Right. Can I say one thing? Nipsey, great job, and I know you're very kind and always saying the royalty team, and the royalty team has done an absolute, incredible, phenomenal job. But it's been under the guidance and leadership of you too. So don't sell yourself short. Great job to the entire team and yourself.
Thank you.
Well said, Jack. Michael, do you have any kind of report?
Just a couple of observations. Between our last meeting and this meeting, sent out requests for information and got dates and so forth. And then after our meeting, some changes were talked about between some associations, but it never was brought to us until, in the middle of the discussion. Nothing came of it. But when we're going through when I'm getting information from you, such as for our insurance bid, that's a very important task, and there's a lot of work that happens behind the scenes. And so if something happens or changes in your organization that affects your rodeo or you think may affect your rodeo, there'll be times in the year that we really need to know that situation exists so that we can make adjustments that could have a financial impact on your association as well as IGRA. So just kind of reminding everyone to keep us informed as much as possible. It's been a challenging year. I've been going through dental implant surgeries, bone grafts, sinus lifts, all of that mess. And then Friday, I had started coming down with shingles. I didn't think I would ever get shingles since I didn't have chicken pox that I knew of, but I learned differently. And it's a bit painful, but we'll work through it. It just makes 2020 that much more of a memorable year. I'll leave it at that.
Thank you, Michael. Randy, do you have any kind of report?
I have no report. We haven't had anything to discuss or handle, but we do have 4 trustees whose terms expire in 2020. If your trustee changes in your association, please let us know as soon as possible.
Randy?
Yes, sir.
All of the terms got extended out 1 year from what we did earlier in the year. So if your term expired in 2020, it now expires in 2021. If your term expired in 2021, it expires in 2022. So we maintain the same rotation of trustees, but there'll be no terms expiring at the end of this calendar year.
Okay.
This is Guy. I don't know if that's 100% accurate because I don't think we can tell the association to do. So if they opt to put somebody in a different trustee's place, I think they still have that latitude.
Well, that spot would then come up for would expire at the end of next year.
I think we hope that everybody would follow that model, but I think we could still have.
David Heckman, sorry. Hello?
Okay. Yes. We got you.
Thank you, Candy.
So I think that can be debated. I think Guy's right. We try to roll everything for everybody. If you don't choose to do that, I mean, the trustees can change at any time. I think if there's somebody has to replace one or whatever, IGRA doesn't govern that, but we just roll the term like we did everything else. So just keep that in mind.
So, I mean, in theory, they could, an association with one that expires on their books this year, then they would elect a trustee and it would only be good for 1 year, I thought.
I would agree with you.
Yep.
So we're only
you can't get out.
Kevin Hellman to UGRA.
What?
I said, poor Chuck, you can't get out of jail. Okay. Randy, do you have anything else?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Tommy Channel?
Candy?
Yeah.
Last time I didn't have David on the agenda, but I got David on the agenda.
I see that. I rolled right past it, didn't I? Okay, we'll go with David. Sorry.
Okay, the financial statements were put on the website November 3rd. I sent out a link this morning for them. If that link did not work, please contact Frank and provide a username and password so you can get to the financials every month. Any questions regarding the financials?
I also attached it in the email that had the agenda sent out as well.
Any questions for David? Okay. Tommy, did you have a report?
Tommy can't be here today. He told me he wouldn't be. He had to work.
Okay, then I'll step in for what I think he would tell everybody. We had a conversation the other day. Our insurance is not due until the end of February, I believe. So there was no need when we thought we were fixing to renew. The one reasoning was so that Phoenix would be covered, or we would be doing that. But since they've canceled, the first rodeo is not until April. So there's no reason for us to do anything right now. We're going to wait till after the first of the year and see how the COVID thing plays out, just because of the cost of insurance and everything. So that will be, we'll talk about that on our first board meeting of 2021. So that was probably what Tommy would have to say. Do you have go ahead.
He called me last night as well, and one of the providers was wanting some additional, more details about any shows, and Tommy's going to work with them to get the final quote tweaked. And so they were really focused on the club event, but he's working that out with the folks to get a accurate quote. But so it's a work in progress for sure.
Exactly. Okay. Do you have the corporate auditor report? Are you reading that one, Michael? Or
yeah, I can do
David
that.
have it? Okay.
I think David has it as well. Received it last night, and I forwarded it out to everyone this morning. I got it loading on my machine. It'll take just a second to come up.
Since it was sent out to the board, do we need to read it? Question mark.
I don't
think so, unless there's any questions.
The report indicates that everything is in order, so.
Okay.
There are no points of no concerns raised in the report.
Okay. Then I don't see any reason unless somebody has questions.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Okay.
Good. Standing committee reports. David, you want to? I think the budget's pretty much it just rolled. You just tweaked it a little bit, right? So.
Yes, I went in and changed the items that I thought needed to be done. We still have some questions about finals, but pretty much it's the same budget that we had for 2020. Since this is the last meeting of the year, I move that we approve the budget for 2021.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Abstentions? Budget approved. Okay. Bipsy, do you have another deal on community outreach, or did you just put it all together in your last one?
It was in my last one.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm perfectly fine with that. All right, we'll go to old business. Mike Lynch, you want to give an update?
Yeah, I will. I'll read you mine, which is what I sent to David and Candy already. I've just spoken to the IRS again this Thursday and Friday about the reinstatement of the 501c3 and our pending 1023. They have assigned me a contact, Mrs. Cooper, to use for communication. Since we used the 2015 to 2019 financials in the 1023, they need the quote-unquote missing tax returns as well as the 2019 return in hand to complete the process. They do have 16, 17, and 18. 15 isn't applicable because we weren't a 501c3 at that point, so we're using the regular tax reporting from that year. For the 2019, however, where is it? That's not in their hands. It's not due yet, but I will be mailing it tomorrow morning. The reason I'm mailing it is because, I should keep reading. The reason I'm mailing it is because I can't use the online submission for the 2019 taxes. And since we're still in the suspense status and the system won't accept the electronic filing. Let's see. Once they have that new return, they will finish the processing. Actually, Ms. Cooper advised us to send in the 2019 in paper form, and she also said we should use the 990EZ since we are eligible and it's easier to complete. She also indicated that the 990EZs get reviewed faster than the standard 990s, so that will speed up the process. As I said, I will be putting that in the mail tomorrow with return receipt, which is really important. That's kind of the whole thing that got us on this path anyway. And our expected final processing will be about 45 days after it's received. So we should have this all wrapped up by approximately January 10th. So that's my report.
Thank you, Michael. Any questions for Michael?
Good news.
Yeah, I mean, the best news of all is we actually have an individual human being that we can talk to, and who is kind of a case manager. So that's word of all. Michael,
Out of curiosity, is she part of the tax advocate office, or she?
No, advocate is in Alabama. This is a Utah person, and she's the part of the EO, which is Exempt Organizations Division.
Okay.
Okay. Mitzi, the 10-year royalty process, you already did that, or do you need it brought up to approve or anything? Does any action need to be taken on it?
I need to get it approved so that we can put it in for next year.
Okay.
Motion to approve. Second. Who was the
Any
second?
discussion?
Sammy.
Sam.
Okay.
Any further discussion on the 10-year royalty process?
So this is Guy, what are we approving? Like, is this a procedural thing that came out of committee that they've decided they're going to do for this year? Because, I mean, we can't approve a stance rule, but I'm guessing this is going to be proposed at the next convention to become one.
Correct.
This is going to be an SOP, a standard operating procedure. It's a process for how royalty is handled.
One of the reasons was people that expected a 10-year anniversary prize for just showing up to and not being physically active with us during their, they get the title, then they disappear. So why should we spend the money awarding them for not furthering our mission?
Well, I understand the thought process. I'm just wondering, is it that your committee wants the board to ratify your decision? Because I think committees have the authority to make decisions
It's just we don't have
I
any.
think just having it in writing and someone going, well, wait, I showed up. Why don't I have something? Like, I don't know, maybe Missy can explain it too.
Okay.
So with
next year, so next year when the competition rolls around, I technically will have over, I think it's close to 16 people. And out of the 16 people that were royalties, because there'll be 20 and 21, I have 4 that have only done something in regards to working with their association, showing up and volunteering at their local rodeo, and participating. Go ahead.
I think you're just misunderstanding God. God said you have the right. So this was just an attachment, right? So
Yeah.
Y'all can change it. You don't have to have a board approval or us voting on something that you can change.
Oh, okay.
I think the last time they just wanted you to fix some wording so that you didn't govern, individual associations. But you don't have to have the board's approval on it.
Okay. Somebody needs to.
Can we make it an exhibit?
Yeah, that's exactly what it's supposed to be.
Somebody needs to mute their phone.
Yes.
Or turn off the TV.
Turn your TV off or something. Okay. All right. So the next old business, Phoenix Rodeo canceled, DSRA Rodeo canceled, MGRA Kansas City Rodeo canceled for the 2021 season.
Kenny, can you go through those one more time, please, just to make sure?
Phoenix canceled their rodeo, their restrictions on their on the Corona Ranch. They couldn't have very many people, so until the city of Phoenix lightens up on all that. That's the reason their rodeo was canceled. DSRA. Go ahead.
No. I was just trying to get the cities up here. Go ahead. Sorry.
DSRA was canceled. MGRA, they had a hard time finding a venue. Their little lone wolf place has never lined out all its licensing, so it's understandable. Is there any other old business that we have failed to put on here that anybody has? Okay. Moving to new business.
I have something. Oh, sorry.
Okay. Go ahead.
Frank, can you now have us on YouTube, please?
IGRA rodeo dates. They want to change to September 3rd through the 5th. Includes the rodeo school. In motion to accept their new dates.
So moved.
I'll make motion. Second.
Mark?
Second.
Okay.
Any discussion?
Does that date overlap with anything that already is tentative calendar?
No.
I'm looking right now.
No. It will be
Can I
3 back-to-back rodeos.
Can I make a comment,
Yeah.
Candy? Sure.
Our situation is this: the Calgary Stampede basically has, although we had a 3-year contract, has taken back the dates that we had. And we just found this out a couple weeks ago. So the situation is, because of COVID, so many of the corporation and the conventions and those kinds of things are getting pushed later in the year. So the convention that was supposed to happen in April, they now want our date on the Stampede grounds, and it would take up the entire Stampede ground. So their convention is 90,000 plus people. So you understand the business end of it. Like, we're kind of a little cog in a big wheel. So the bad thing is that they basically just told us you've lost your date. The good thing is they've allowed us to kind of have some options, and our best option is probably the September 3rd to 5th, because there's no other rodeos, because Kansas City was canceled. So that's kind of why we're looking at that date. It's a long weekend, which helps us a lot up here, and so that's the logical choice for us. And we don't really have too many other options, so that's the deal.
Okay. Any questions or other discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, say nay. Abstentions? Okay, you have your new rodeo date.
Thank you.
What are the dates?
September 3rd.
September 3rd to 5th.
Thank you.
And they have a rodeo school on the 3rd. Correct. Okay. All right.
And we should have your 2022 tentative dates already corrected on the website. I did pass that on to Frank when I got that email from Chuck.
They are correct.
Thank you.
The next new business item is, I believe, a few of the rodeos. Who are we discussing here, Michael? Is it just DSRA, or is it MGRA as well?
I believe it would at least be AGRA and DSRA.
Okay. That have
Did Frank
submitted their...
unmute us?
Do what?
Did Frank
Frank
unmute us?
Frank can unmute us. Did he?
Yes, we got unmuted as soon as we finished that conversation.
Okay. So we rolled everybody's from 2020 to 2021. Now we've had a few rodeos that are going to roll to 2022, but they weren't covered. Their approval wasn't covered in that. So that's what they're asking for. Was this
Right.
sent
So,
by, well, let the person that sent it in speak for it if they want.
Candy, I don't have much of a voice. We thought we were going to be able to put on the rodeo, but the fairgrounds is not really agreeing with the time yet because of COVID. So that's why we're asking to be extended for DSRA.
Okay.
This is Michael Rodeo. Hello, this is Michael Lentz. I move that we roll over any 2021 cancellations to 2022 if the association asks for it.
Is there a second?
Second.
who was the second?
That was Misty.
Okay.
Any just further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Abstentions? So y'all are rolled as well. He has, yes?
I'm going to fall on my sword here. We did make an addition to the agenda that I had already attached to my email, and so it did not get my update. In the email that I sent, there is an attachment for the Red River Rodeo School, but the Red River Rodeo School was not listed in new business, and that was my fault. So, sorry about that.
Okay. So, do you have a motion to approve the rodeo school?
I motion.
I approve.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, say nay. Abstentions? Okay.
Candy, can I speak on this just for a second while we're in new business? And it has to do with the rodeo school.
Absolutely.
Okay. Hey, it was nice just to get together again and to see everyone at the rodeo school. We would like to donate our net proceeds to the royalty team and try to get their numbers up a little bit. They helped us so much, and they were so active during the whole rodeo school that we just feel like that's the right thing to do. So it's more of an announcement than I think anything we need to vote on. We're just letting you know we are going to donate those net proceeds.
Wow. Thank you. We really appreciate that.
I think what he was talking about, Mitchie, is that, and that it'll be a move for David to do, is that $500 is going to will go straight over there, so that it'll put it all over 10,000.
Okay.
So instead of writing a check, I'll do a journal entry?
Yes, sir. I'm making it easy for you. How's that?
Great.
David, can you send me an email with that amount, please?
Excuse me? It's $500. Is that what you said?
I'll send you an email, but it's $500.
Okay. Thank you. I can accept.
Okay, so he had one thing here on here. I don't think we need to appoint a rodeo auditor for 2021 because that rolls as well, like everything else does. That was David Hill and would roll. The WGRF chair, yes, would stay the same. James Jenkins did resign, so we will be looking to appoint a rodeo director for the 2021 WGRF. Would we like to go ahead and try to set the dates for the board meeting? Do y'all want to have the January or February?
I would propose
January.
first quarter board meeting be Sunday, February 21st.
David, when does the insurance run out? You know, is it the very last of the month?
Yes, but our D&O will run out on February 28th.
Okay.
So we would have to get some sort of policy between February or March 1 and April 1 if we went with the April 1 for the general liability.
Okay. But we have a few days to make a decision there. Is February 20th his suggestion soon enough to get?
I believe it is.
Okay. Okay.
I will have a conflict on that, the weekend of the 20th, 21st, and the 27th and 28th, even though our rodeo has been canceled, there are things going on during that time.
So
If we could go, yes. So if we could possibly go that weekend before.
The 14th
Yes.
on Valentine's.
I don't have anyone so sure.
I know. I knew that was coming. Anybody have any problem with the 14th? Okay. So February 14th, we'll do the noon again. I'm sure Pork Chop appreciated to be able to stick in.
What do I appreciate?
Being able to sleep in, not having to be on a call at 8.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Can we do the second board meeting at Oklahoma Rodeo?
Well, do you want to ask them first?
Yeah, I can ask.
yeah.
It might be important to. I think we had one last year. Isn't it? David Pierce?
No, he couldn't be here today.
That's what I thought. So it's a great idea, but I think we need to ask them.
Right.
So if you want to tentatively, I don't think they'll have a problem because they were going to have one last year, weren't they?
Correct.
So let's tentatively put the second one there, and then you can send him a message about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then for third quarter, do we want to try to do Denver Rodeo weekend?
I would not be.
That's awful. That's not very much money.
Yeah, I was going to say that the challenge, I don't know that we'd be opposed to that, Michael, but the challenge that we had last year having it at Denver, and we'd be happy to host, but we had the two board meetings so close back to back that I think that it wasn't the most effective or efficient use of the time, but we're happy to host if that's the decision.
Yeah, Michael, if you look, that you didn't give, but not even 6 weeks or 5 weeks or whatever,
okay.
So it needs to be a little further out.
I was trying to find a rodeo that would sync up with it, with why, but okay.
Well, that's nice or whatever, but if we need to do late August or something and do it on just a phone call, we can, and then, but it does need to be further out so that there is.
Okay.
To,
and as of right now, I don't believe we have anything going on in August anyway.
Yeah. So we're going to pick a weekend in August?
15th?
Yep, sounds good. Okay, is that any other new business?
I would assume we would have any discussions on convention sites or locations, probably do that at our first meeting of next year.
Yeah, I'll revisit everything that we already had in place this last year that all got canceled and see if it's all still the same or what. Michael, we'll have to revisit that.
Yeah, okay.
Candy, I will need to. Candy, I will need to budget for convention if it is not associated with an association.
Yes,
so
sir.
Please let me know.
Okay, I will.
Michael, can I confirm these dates with you for the quarters? And so Sunday, October or February 14th for Q1, tentative OKC for Q2. Q3 would be August 15th.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So is our Sam, what our dates if we do the finals this year? Is it going to be? Is it the 22nd through the 24th, or was it the last weekend?
I
Patrick?
believe that it was set for the 22nd through the 24th.
Okay.
So,
whenever I talk to the two hotels that I may not need to make sure I pick the right date. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other new business? Seeing none. Announcements. IGRA.
Welcome you to the new fairgrounds that we'll be hopefully having a rodeo July 9th through 11th at Arapahoe County Fairgrounds. Hope everybody's staying safe and healthy, and look forward to seeing everybody around. Thanks to Red River and everybody that was a part of the rodeo school. It was absolutely fantastic to see everyone, and an incredible production and support from royalty and auction. It never ceases to amaze me how this group of people comes together, and the friends and the family that I've established over so many years. So thank you for everything and everyone that I got to see that weekend.
Thank you, Jack. IGRA.
I'd like to invite everybody to the Texas Tradition Rodeo in Denton, Texas, April 9th to the 11th. I'm sorry, I'm in the wrong year here. 9th to the 11th of 2021. And everybody, please stay safe with the COVID stuff going down. Those that have it, I hope you all feel better as soon as possible. And just everybody else stay safe.
Sorry, this is Frank. Texas Tradition Rodeo, what dates?
April 9th to 11th.
Okay, good. I misunderstood the speech.
Okay. GSGRA.
They're not here.
Okay. IGRA.
Well, like I said, 2020 has been a wild year. We're sorry that we're having to cancel our rodeo for 2021, but unfortunately, there's just a lot of things that we just can't control. We can't control permits and several things. We wanted to be the first rodeo. It killed us that we had to go and cancel this. This is the first time in a long, long time that AGRA has ever had canceled a rodeo. But everybody just please be safe out there, and we want to see everybody. That's the main goal.
Okay, I don't believe GPRA or MGRA were on, right, Michael?
Missouri's here.
Okay, sorry. Go, Garland.
Hey, I also apologize for us canceling the rodeo. Once again, it's coming down to arena. Nobody's wanting to commit to time, especially with the way our accounts are going here. So, as I stated before, everybody just be safe, and we are very much looking to be back in 2022.
Okay. New Mexico Gay Rodeo Association.
No announcement.
Okay. North Star.
North Star is still planning their rodeo for July the 23rd through the 25th. I can say that Minneapolis itself is struggling with COVID numbers, probably as bad as anywhere else. The recent numbers coming out was not good, but they haven't put any more restrictions in place, so that's a good thing as far as trying to raise the money to put on a rodeo. And I'm sure we're all experiencing those struggles, but hopefully everything will change here soon, and we'll see you all up there that weekend.
Thanks, Gene. DSRA.
Thanks, everyone, for extending our entry. And be safe, everybody. I've got COVID, and I've been fighting it, but I'm on the mend. Thanks, guys.
Great. Take care of yourself. IGRA, Michael, you got anything?
Just to let you know, Atlantic States has restarted our trail rides. We're using precautions, and so far, knock on wood, we've been doing okay with that. I let you know I miss everyone and looking forward to seeing folks again. So everybody, please be safe. Let's try to get through this together. Take care.
Thank you. IGRA?
Nothing.
Okay. IGRA? Really?
We're still on lockdown. The bars were open for a few weeks. They're back to being closed and no more indoor dining for a while. So hopefully we'll see everybody when we can start doing fundraisers and meeting again. I miss y'all.
Thanks, Chili. IGRA?
Not here.
Okay. I thought I heard you come on later on.
Oh,
Sam?
I am. I'm here. Hello?
Oh, go ahead.
Kevin. Yeah. I just wanted to thank everybody for what you've been doing. Things have been a little rough the last week here in Utah, but they are allowing our bars to stay open. The gay bars here have not really had any problems, and so they're using them as the example for other places to stay open, and that's made us happy. Unfortunately, this virus is taking a toll on us. I've lost 27 friends, family, and associates since February, and so I hope you're all safe and take care of yourselves.
Sorry to hear that, Kevin. Sam?
Thank you.
Red River, we had a very successful rodeo school, and for those of you that haven't been to it before, I would really encourage you to try to come to these things because, like, a good example is we have a lot more time than the rodeo school that's right before rodeo. So we spend the entire day working on these events. And just an example, we probably gained several new contestants for IGRA out of that rodeo school. And I'm talking about in shoot dogging because we have time to put a halter on the steer, walk it out step by step, and we can actually talk through how to shoot dog versus it just happening so fast. It's a very social event. It's relaxed, and it's just not rushed. You really get to work on the things you need to work on. So I just encourage anyone that hasn't been to one to come to our next one. We don't have the date for that yet. And everyone stay safe. Just try to stay free of COVID, and let's get our rodeo year going this year in 2021.
Thanks, Sam. Chuck?
Yeah, the Canadian Rockies Gay Rodeo Association had their annual meeting on October 28th. We had elections for 3 positions, the president, vice president, and treasurer. So we'd like to congratulate Judy Munson on her election as president, Sarah Bailey as the vice president, and Wayne Schultz as the treasurer. I'd like to thank Heather Murray for her work as our previous vice president, and Sarah Bailey as the previous secretary. Other than that, just tell everybody to be safe, stay together at heart, but safely apart.
Thank you, Chuck. Did I miss anybody in the announcement? Okay. Motion to adjourn?
So moved. I move we adjourn.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Opposed say nay. We are adjourned. Everybody stay very safe.
All right.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye, everyone, from Minneapolis.